Professor Dr. s.Lempert, PhD from Panorama Medical Group, to introduce us the overview of tourism and health from Middle East.
Let's see if this is working. Is this the remote is not working? Let's find it. First Well, good morning everyone. Sawadee Club. I thought I can move a little bit, so you will not always look at one point. But it looks like the remote is not working. My arm is not so long. And the microphone was also not so good. So, let us try and spend a good time of exchanging knowledge about several points within medical tourism, healthcare travel, and regional knowledge about another place that we don't know. So, as in the official part, distinguished co-speakers, honorable representatives of the Thai Spa Association who made this possible, and of course you, dear attendants, thank you very much for being here, for having the patience and having the attention to share with us. Let me see, I think I need to move this one. Yes. I was requested to come here because I am a specialist for medical tourism development. I'm not a diplomat, I'm not a head of state, I'm academic, and I am also practitioner within the sector of healthcare travel. When we talk about development of medical tourism, we have several knowledge segments, and I believe that you are also involved in this. We are talking about concepts, either for you as private sector specialists or as government. We are talking about criteria, what is necessary to do this. We are talking about standards. There are all kinds of certifications that you need to go through. There are management methods, all kinds, and every region is having different management. There is a lot of education and training involved. We really need to learn a lot. And now that it has become successful, there is a lot of investment. People think that they can make money, and they would like to make money, and all of you, including myself, we can make it possible for them to make more money from their own money, or if they work with somebody else's money, somebody else will do it. Then, of course, facilitation, either as a travel agent or as a service provider and so on. It's very important for you that you give the services that marketing people like us promise to the clients. It is a big disappointment if it is not balanced. And in principle, we are working through this kind of knowledge. Our company works internationally. We are invited by governments to go and help them as well, but we are based and we are living in Bangkok. And this is a great pleasure for us. The presentation that I was requested today to do with you and discuss with you, and I am happy, I'm not happy, I regret that the South African representative did not come, but this will give us an opportunity to go better and more in-depth into the slides, because it was mission impossible. I am supposed to talk with you about 4 subjects. Quickly. This is the whole thing, quickly. Medical tourism. Why do we have it? What is it based on? Some information about Thailand. I was hoping that the TAT representatives will be here, but they are not. And the other government representatives had to leave, so it stays with me. And then we have an overview of the region of Middle East and Gulf. I'll show you where it is. And if time allows, I'm having exchange of knowledge with you about what this workshop is about, is the development and project perspectives in every land in this region. 20 minutes, may die. Not possible. So we will probably, as we go on, we will probably take or carry over some of the information into the panel discussion. And I will just go with you through what I'm having to do as it comes. Now, is everyone able to hear me and understand me if I talk like this? Is anyone who has problems of understanding me? Good. Thank you. Good. This is the company I represent, Panorama Medical Group, which you see as a philosophy is also sustainable. It is very important for us to remember that whatever we do, we have one planet. We keep destroying it because we want more and more and more economically. Okay? We try to combine everything in a sustainable way. Thank you. Good. Let's talk quickly and very superficially about medical tourism. Why do we have this? And if there are more questions, we can go into this also in the panel. Now, as everything on this planet and in everything that we do, it is economics. Economics means, in principle, you want something, I have it, we do business. And it's the same for tourism, and it's the same for healthcare. And therefore, we are talking about supply and demand of expertise, which means increasing numbers of people are unable to have medical healthcare in their countries. Several reasons, and my co-speakers will agree with us. It's either too long, or too expensive, or not good enough, or you do not understand me because we speak several different languages and so on. It can go. I'm having in the expert work that we created, we have 18 points of criteria which we consult with the governments that they need to develop if they would like to have medical tourism. And mind you, the complication is that every point has to work with the others. You cannot have one point of them working alone and the others you neglect. If you want to have a perfect service and a perfect concept, all of them need to work together. But in principle, the demand is that people need healthcare. They have difficulties of receiving it. The supply is that many countries and many service providers realize that they have it. Our co-speaker from Malaysia mentioned that. Among all these criteria is, you come to Thailand, it's immediate, it's high quality, and let's say affordable, and accessible, and so on. And of course, when it comes to international or global movements, there are a lot of flights, there are a lot of transportation, and of course there are regulations that make it happy. And this is why people started moving from one country to another in order to get what they wanted. Thank you. Just one more. Wait. Okay. Now, within the segment or within the sector of medical tourism or healthcare, When we talk about medical, this is how it started. The definition of medical was because we needed to have conventional medicine. Conventional medicine you get in hospitals. It's about heart, let's put it this way, it's about cutting. It involves blood. It is a lot of pain. And all of these facilities are available in most of the countries and so on. But this is when we talk about medical. Please. The complementing, you mean the completing services that we are now having is going back to the traditional complementary medicine. It is knowledge by tradition, by heritage, by family knowledge that is carried from generation to generation. It is usually not painful, and it is usually not involving cutting. The problem that we are having today is to go to the hospitals and tell them, look, if you go to the spa, the doctor will say, hey, spa, not interested. Spa is not scientific, it is not cutting, there is no research, there are no books, it is only by belief. We doctors do not believe, we work on science. Wrong. So what we do today is we take them together. And we today talk about integrative medicine, meaning that if possible, if it is necessary, you'll have to go through hospital treatments. But if possible, we would like alternative and conservative to work together. And this is integrative medicine. Thank you. Okay, this was a little quick, but never mind, because it's supposed to make them fun. Let's see if it works. Okay. Now, what do we want within medicine? This is what we need within the big segment of the big sector when we talk about integrative medicine. It starts, of course, with the life-sustaining surgery. This is, again, the pain, the blood, the cutting, hospitals, organ transplants, heart treatments, cancer removals. It goes into quality of life surgery, with me if you cannot walk, if you have problems with your bones and so on. This is the conservative side. It goes on to diagnostics. A lot of people come now for checkups, many of them. It's available everywhere. And then it slowly goes into the alternative, the traditional, and what we are having today, very, very popular, is lifestyle. Okay? By the way, if any one of you would like to have a copy of the presentation, it's available, no charge. Only if you paid for the conference, you can go to the website of the conference. It will be on there. This is what Andrew Jaka promised me. Otherwise, just please contact us. Let's go quickly away from this medical tourism definition of healthcare and see what happens in Thailand. And in principle, I only talk about this quickly because this is part of our work and we would like to give you comparisons. While you are trying to read this, and this is why I said it's a little bit too quickly to go really through the thing. Thailand is having, in general, 10% of the arrivals to Thailand, which last year have been about 20 million visitors. I'm sorry, TAT is not here. They could confirm. 10%. We had 2 years ago, we have proven numbers that we have about 1.5 million visitors coming for healthcare purposes. Since we are going, it looks like we are keeping this 10% benchmark, and it means that we are having somewhere between 1.5 to 2 million visitors to Thailand every year, looking for some type of either medical treatment or spa wellness treatment, or what we call elective. You will see it later in the presentation that elective is a little bit of a problem to define, because elective can be decided spontaneously while you are traveling. Oh, they can do my skin quickly, or I can repair my teeth quickly, and so on. This is not going into statistics, because it is not ordered in advance, or hot springs. So this is what we're having, automatic, August 2012. You can see the comparisons. Again, please request the slides if you need all the statistics, because these are all research and numbers and so on. And we are keeping to this kind of formula. Thank you. So, you need numbers. I am now starting to combine this with the actual reason why I am here, and this is to talk about Middle East and Gulf countries. And out of the 2 million something visitors for the purpose of health and medical travel, we have about 500,000 from the Middle East. It's about 25%. You will see in the statistics that it's even more. About 40% of medical visitors or healthcare travelers are coming from the region, rough region of Middle East, Gulf areas. The biggest provider of visitors for the purpose of medical health is the United Arab Emirates, followed by, you will see them, as I said, Qatar and Bahrain. And Thailand, by the way, has a diplomatic problem with Saudi Arabia. We are not going into politics, but Saudi Arabians can come to Thailand because every law has the way to circumnavigate it. And everyone from Saudi Arabia who would like to come to Thailand for a medical treatment purpose will get a special visa. All right? So, by the same time, you can see that arrivals from South Asia is 21%, Africa 17%, East Asia about 12%, and the America is about 10%. We are having more and more people coming from Russia. India is the biggest competition to Thailand right now, so there is a special reason why Indians will come here, but they are becoming more and more important, or voluminous, with volumes of visitors. Thank you. All right. Is there any question right now before we go to the panel about Thailand or medical tourism or so? I think the introduction is good. Now, let us talk about, excuse me, let us talk about Middle East and GCC, which is the Gulf Countries Council. Similar as we are doing now in ASEAN, the Gulf countries have the same kind of cooperation. And if you see, the International Economic Association defined Middle East as the countries listed. Because, let me share with you this. When I grew up, let's say about 20, 25 years ago, I still have some more, but this is what we consider to be Middle East. Politically, it was Cyprus, it was Syria, it was Lebanon, it was Israel, it was Jordan, everything which was somehow bordering with the eastern of the Mediterranean Sea. It was changed in the meantime, and it grew to become the Middle East and the Gulf region, and now you see that there are more countries involved. Of course, I believe that all of you have heard about Saudi Arabia, the biggest geographically region. Then, of course, we have Oman, we have the United Arab Emirates, Qatar. Bahrain is somewhere there, it's a very small island, and Kuwait. Iraq, Iran, Yemen. Let's put it in a question mark. Let's say it's on the map, but we still don't know if it is really properly within the Gulf region. Okay? Because the whole thing, if we look at this completely, this is the geography of the region. You can see everything around it. Okay? Let's look into them. This is a general survey about the region, okay? The whole, these Middle East and Gulf countries, will give you following umbrella knowledge. McKinsey, there are several surveys by several, you name them, KPMG or McKinsey or Anderson or whoever they are. Everyone is doing this, again, because of our trade friends. You want numbers. You need to tell the people yes or no when it comes to investments. And how does it look in the future? Such a survey says 58% of the Gulf countries' patients go to North America. North America, including Mexico. For treatment, 32% go to Asia, 8% go to Europe, the remaining 2% go home, go to the Middle East. Main categories that the people from the Middle East and the Gulf region are looking for is heart, weight, or eating. Sense organs means everything which is nose, ear, eyes, and so on. And cancer. Cancer is developing really quickly at the moment. There are some more treatments that the people they need, but it is not talked so much about. We will touch on this when we go into the single countries, and this is genetic problems. Okay, but this is not on the main list yet. So, the problem of the Middle East and the Gulf countries is, yes, they have enough money to pay for it. There are a lot of insurances who will come up with this. The problem is that they do not have capacity. Capacity is, first of all, hospitals. And the bigger problem is they have hospitals. I've been there, I've looked at most beautiful hospitals. It is a problem of the qualified doctors and qualified staff. So, what do? They send the people out, and at the moment, I think the government of Thailand is not around here. At the moment, Thailand is making the best advantage of this because all this, remember, something like 50% of 2 million, 1 million of people coming from this region are paid by the government. And they are coming, the patient, the wives, the sisters, the children, they are coming in big groups. This is huge, huge business, tourism, and economic. And the thing is that at the moment, the reason why we would like to discuss this here today is that someone will say, hey, if they have so much money and they have so many patients, why do they give the money to Thailand and to Malaysia and why don't they use it themselves? Please.